Drake opened a new can of worms last week, and I can't wait to discuss it. So Drake and Pusha T have obviously been beefing for years now, and the beef went to new heights in 2018. So back in May, Pusha T responded to a 2016 diss from Drizzy Drake on Two Birds and One Stone on a track called Infrared. Alright, Pusha T said the game's fucked up. Niggas beats is banging. Nigga, your hooks did it. The lyric penning equal to Trump's winning. The bigger question is how the Russian did it. It was written like Nas, but it came from quitting at the mercy of a game when the culture's missing. When the CEO's blinded by the glow, it's different. Believing myself and the Coles and the Kendricks. The two have took lyrical jabs at each other over the years. That's nothing new, but what made this more personal was the fact that Kanye produced Pusha's entire project. Drake had recently spent time with Kanye, bonding, discussing their personal lives, and even making some records. According to Drake, he couldn't believe that Ye would produce a record for his artist and Pusha T, who disses Drake about ghostwriting, the exact thing Drake was doing weeks prior for Ye in Wyoming. Drake's frustration led to a diss record in which Drake claimed he was appalled at the actions of good music, even invoicing good music, insinuating that he would enhance the first week sales dramatically of Pusha's album. No line stood out more in Drake's Duppy freestyle than when Drizzy mentioned Pusha's fiance at the time. I told you keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams. Personally, I didn't get the line. It didn't make much sense to me. To me, it escalated the beef to an entire new level. The rules are simple in my world. Come on now, no wife, no kids, all right? As expected, a couple days later, while Push was on his promo tour for his album, Push responded with the story of Adidon, some moments you will never forget in rap history. I will never forget where I was when this diss record was released. With a blackface Drake as the cover art, Pusha went on to clown Drake's parents, unveiled to the world an Adidas deal that has now hit the fan, and most newsworthy, the fact that the Toronto rapper had a kid. Drake spoke on the blackface, and he dropped the details on his album Scorpion about his unmentioned child. But according to Drake, the one line that hit him the most was King Push mentioning Drake's longtime producer and close friend Noah, aka 40, died from a disease that thus far there's no cure for, called multiple sclerosis. Still giving you classics. The only thing that dates me, OVO 40 hunched over like he 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is sick, sick, sick. I got the devil flow, nigga. 666. During a recent interview with LeBron James and Maverick Carter on their series The Shop, Drake went on to discuss in depth his frustration with Pusha T's lack of care and that line in the story of a dad. And Drake said, people love to say, like rap peers and people who love confrontation, they love to say, hey, there's no rules to this shit. But there are fucking rules to this shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like I knew something was gonna come up about my kid. They had to add the deadbeat thing to make it more appealing, which is fine. I understand it. Even that, I was like, okay, the mom and dad thing, whatever. You don't even know my family, but I'm gonna tell you, wishing death on my friend that has MS, I study rap battles for a living. Now, when you mention defenseless people who are sick in the hospital that passed away, that just sent me to a place where I believe then and I believe now that there's just a price that you have to pay for that. It's over. You're gonna get it. Somebody's gonna fucking punch you in the fucking face. The shit's done. The event's over. I wanted to do other things. I didn't want to further your reputation or your career by rapping back at you and having this exchange, and that was it for me. Alright, in an interview with Joe Budden, I think it's worth noting that Pusha T stood by his stance that he's had since the beef started or escalated to the next level, that there are no rules to rap beef. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Mr. Taliaferro. Okay, we're at episode 5 of my For the Ferros series. For the Ferros every day at 4 o'clock. Thus far, I've been doing a terrible job at getting these things out at 4. But we're gonna pick this thing up, and again, as long as I keep and continue to do views and the views grow, I'm gonna put more and more time to it, right? Like, it's simple math to me. I think I went and averaged out the 4 For the Ferros videos I've dropped thus far. It's averaging about 4,000 views, Thank y'all so much if you viewed one of the episodes thus far. This is episode 5. But thank you again if you show love. And we're just going to keep, like, when I realize we're doing 10, 20,000 views a video, obviously I need to know, put more time in it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to kind of gauge it like that and just kind of see where this thing goes. I like what we got going here. Today's conversation is quite the simple one. This has been a topic of conversation over the last 4 or 5 months, but this week has been the biggest of it, right? This Drake and Pusha T beef, I think it reached new heights this week. This is definitely, I can't say like a top 5 because I wasn't around for a lot of the rap beefs, but for my era, I think this Drake and Pusha T beef has officially surpassed the Drake and Meek Mill beef. Because remember, the Drake and Meek Mill beef has started to enter like territories where like we didn't know if A.R.Ab and Meek Mill were going to do something to each other in Philly. Like, it was entering that realm, but it never went too far, thank goodness. We're officially personal with the Drake and Pusha T beef. And a couple rap legends have spoken out on it, and a couple rappers today have spoken out on it. So I just kind of want to culminate all that into this conversation of, are there rules to rap beef? All right. Now, I'm no expert in this field. I'm just a guy that's in this space. Y'all allowed me the opportunity to provide for my family and talk music. So I'm no expert in this field. Obviously, I would tend to lean to what the rappers say who've been in rap beefs, right? But here's what I understand. All right. Over the many years since rap has been a thing, what, 30, 40 years now, rappers have went to war in lyrical battles, all right? Some have ended with violence that we know of, a la we lost Tupac and Biggie and a plethora of other rappers due to rap violence. A lot of casualties have come from rap beef that people don't know about. Niggas that just hang with the rapper or hang with the guys, like, we've lost casualties, like, period, due to rap beef. A lot of them, all right? But there seems to be this sentiment from the rappers, especially guys who are over the age of 30, 35, like, yo, no, rap beef is a part of this. If you don't want to, if you ain't built for this, stay out of it. I was watching Styles P do an interview. Him and Dave East were doing an interview with Hot 97, and he pretty much told Drake, look, you're a superstar. You don't have to rap beef with anybody. No one's going to judge you. He's like, I still like your music. I still bump it. But Drake, you probably don't need to get in this war field anymore. And he's pretty much like, yo, Drake doesn't get to make the rules to rap beef, right? He's like, you had a ghostwriter. You don't get to make the rules in this rap beef type thing. Again, Drake went on the shop, and that episode premiered last Friday. And he was talking to LeBron James and Mav Carter, and he flat-foot said, no, there are rules to this. You heard my video going into this, my edits I had going into this. He was like, yo, no, there got to be rules to this, all right? Now, to be fair to Drizzy Drake, no rapper has reached his level of success from a business standpoint in regards to ads and commercials, like, and brands. Like, I love Jay-Z, and I know Jay-Z's financially probably the most successful rapper we got right now. But let's make it clear, some of the partnerships and deals that Drake is able to get, man, at the end of the day, Jay-Z was a hood rapper, all right? He was a nigga rapper, all right? Like, some of these opportunities that Drake is getting, even Jay can't say he had the opportunity to be a part of in the capacity that Drake's doing at that, especially at that age. So Drake's like, yo, I'm entering new places with rap. There got to be rules to this thing because I'm losing out on endorsements and stuff like that. Now, to be fair to the other side of it, the Pusha T's and the Styles P's and their perspective of it is like, yo, Drake, you don't have to enter this war. Just stay out of it. If you got that much to lose, don't get involved with this. If you're in it, though, you don't get to dictate the rules of it because it's plain and simple. The only rule is there are no rules. So I see both sides of it. Now, in regards specifically to Drake and Pusha T, because this thing has went entirely too far. Obviously, we know Pusha T did an interview with Joe Budden, and he not only did he say there's no rules in this, but he flat-foot said, you know, Drake's been on this long spiel, dissing Kanye West in freestyles, dissing him in records, telling chicks you can't run no 350s around him and all that. And Pusha was like, the irony in that is, you're going around dissing the wrong guy. You're going around believing that the wrong guy spilled the beans to me about your kid and your Adidas deal and all that. Ironically, the guy who's most involved in this is the guy that you went to war for, Drake, in OVO 40. That is the guy that I'm getting all my information from. Pusha T and 40 somehow, some way have a mutual friend. She is a chick who indulges in a lot of back and forth chit chatter who told Pusha T's camp some kind of way everything that Noah, the friend producer of Drake, who also suffers from multiple sclerosis, she's the chick that this chick is who 40 confided in, who told Pusha's camp everything that he needed to know about Drake for this battle. The irony in that, Pusha's like, yo, there are no rules to this thing, and you dissing the wrong dude. The person who I got all my information from is you got 40. Now, is that true or not? I don't know. It could be just Pusha T studying the art of war and pretty much like putting this fake rumor out there to take up for his man's Ye and cause conflict in Drake and OVO's camp. I don't know. Pusha T sounded very believable in that interview, so maybe he's telling the truth and maybe he did get this information from 40. Again, on Drake's side, he's like, yo, I'm losing money over this. I lost an Adidas deal. Drake was about to be the face of Adidas. I'm losing money over this. And Pusha T's like, don't get in the ring with me. I come from that era. All right? I'm actually with Drake in this regards. Bear with me here. I do believe in some form of fashion. This is my opinion. I'm no expert in this. Like I said, there's got to be some type of rules. My rules are simple in beef. No wife, no kids. That's my only rule. Like, just leave the wife and kids out of it. And if somebody's dying, I mean, it would look, bruh. You entitled to do what you want. I don't critique rappers on their craft. Like, that's their artistry. Whatever you want to say, you want to say. It's on you. All right, that's your art. I can't tell a rapper what to say or not say. I mean, I'm also in a position to be able to say, damn, that's kind of fucked up that Pusha T was talking about a dude who's suffering from multiple sclerosis. I know someone who has multiple sclerosis. Actually, 2 people. That disease is deadly and it's terrible and it's tragic and toxic. Like, I just don't like playing with shit like that. That's what Pusha T decided to put out there in the atmosphere. That's on Push. But my rule is no wife, no kids. And Drake is complaining about there being rules to rap beef. In my mind, Drake was the one that pushed it to the next level when you mentioned that man's wife in the Duppy freestyle. Now, Pusha T said I would have still went all in had he mentioned my fiance at the time, not my wife, or not. I don't believe that. I believe Pusha T would have proceeded with caution. I think he would have got at Drake with some variation with the story of Adam, but I believe certain lines wouldn't have been in it. All right, to go that far, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think when you mentioned that man's wife, all bets were off. And if Drake wants to say there are rules to rap battles, I think he has to play by them too. And I think a lot of this is just because Drake, for the first time, the bully got bullied. There was someone out there smarter than the bully. It's like the bullying was bullying this kid, and the following summer, the kid was always smart. He just didn't have the strength, right? The following summer, the bully tried to pick on this kid again, but this time the kid was like ready for war. He went to the wrong kid, and this kid was strong, and he had the brains and the smarts, and that kid outplayed this bully who had, to that point, never been defeated in his life. And I think that's part of it. Drake is a little bit humble because he pretty much, at least in any battle that Drake had been a part of, it was open for interpretation. I believe we all think he won the Meek Mill battle, but any lyrical spat that Drake's been involved in, subliminally or not, right, or straight up and down, I believe we've all thought that at least Drake is it's up for debate of who won or not. And I think that's how Drake likes his beefs. In this Pusha T one, I don't know how anyone can say Drake won. He was the guy who didn't respond to Pusha and Ye. You know, Jay Prince told him to stand down. And I believe Pusha just went deeper and darker. Alright? I just think Drake's trying to find ways to handle losing a rap battle. This is new to him. If I were Drake, I would lead them things along. He's incredibly too successful. He's got too much to lose. A guy like Pusha T, though he's an ambassador for companies and he's the president of good music, he don't have as much to lose as Drake. When Drake's involved in something, we talk about it forever. When Drake drops a rap, I tell anybody, Drake and Nicki Minaj are the 2 most controversial figures we have in rap right now. When they drop a lyric, when they drop a verse, we critique their lyrics like nobody else. It's the facts. We critique them line by line by line like no one else right now. He's the biggest rapper in the world. And I think he just is, maybe more should be. I think Drake doesn't want to give up the fact that he's a pop star. He's a pop star. Period. He's a pop star. You don't have to be a rap, period. I know he studies a lot of those battles, but you don't have to be a rap purist to the like you're not a rap purist anymore. Like you're a pop superstar. He's outgrown the celebrity I think he thought he could ever eclipse. Like it's just a crazy amount of fame and success for the dude from the 6 right now, and I think he's kind of battling with that. So I'm with Drake in that regard where he said there got to be some type of rules or at least respect there. But I think Drake crossed that line first by mentioning that man's wife at the same time. And once you cross a line, the respect factor is gone. How could you expect a man like Pusha T, and he knew he could get a hold of some dirt that your man 40 had told this chick? How can you expect him to leave that dirt alone when you mentioned that man's wife? How you expect me to have class in a rap battle when you pretty much put my wife you spoke on my wife's name? My wife probably don't even like the attention. She's never been involved in anything like that. And you put her name is gonna live in a record, and it's, if you Google her name right now, that shit's gonna live forever. You can't be asking me to respect you. That is, you lost your damn mind. There is no respect at that point. So I think there are certain types of rules, maybe I'll probably say respect over rules, that should be displayed in a rap battle. But who am I? That's why I have co-hosts, and you guys are my co-hosts. Y'all talk to me in the comment box below. What do y'all think? Should there be rules in a rap battle? Is TALIAFERRO just acting soft? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment box below. I love stuff like this. This is great conversation. Again, y'all are my co-hosts on the For the Ferros series. Just we creating conversation, having more fun with our culture, and so we can talk about it in the comment box. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Are there rules to a rap battle? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. All right. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with the kid. Yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO, baby. I'm out.